power of seeing your story really gives people a lot of confidence.
And I thought, how can I solve this problem with technology?
If you feel that what you have is golden, then push yourself.
What is common between all the people in the world is everybody wants to do right.
When parents understand the changes that robotics and AI are bringing, and they understand their kids aren't getting any education about this, they become highly motivated to solve the problem for their children.
What is the compelling thing? Why would they do it? Well, just because it's good to have people engaged?
Well, so yes, there's two compelling reasons. The first compelling reason is robotics and AI technology are changing all industries. Our kids aren't getting the new world skills that are going to allow them to be employable. And so education has pivoted very slowly, which you've correctly identified, of course, as being a challenge, right? It's education is slow to pivot, therefore slow to adopt and get into things, and so that's definitely true. But the kids aren't getting the education they're going to need to be successful. This also
that's a noble thought.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is,
but
what is the need for me? I'm a school, okay? Either I have to get it from the public side, from government, which we know it's a challenge, or I am a private and I have X dollars in my budget. I can either fix the bathrooms, fix the classrooms, get a better teacher by paying a little more, or give it to you. So the choices that they have is vast. What drives them to do this? How do you expand the market except it's a good thing to do because we're going to be globally competitive?
Well, it prepares their kids for the future, which is the basis of what education is about. But we also have a transformative impact on the kids that are disengaged, which very many kids are. The majority of kids post-COVID, totally different landscape than pre-COVID. But we get the kids excited about learning. We get the engagement up. We've heard bullying goes down, attendance goes up. There's a wide range of benefits. And robotics is kind of you've got math in there, you've got science, engineering, computer science. It's kind of there's so many great STEM lessons available in a robotics course, critical thinking, problem solving. So it solves a lot of the educators' needs.
You essentially what you're doing is you're going to these high schools and say, let me create a program for you. I'll give you a course. Here's the curriculum, and this is robots that you could use to assemble or disassemble. Is that what you're doing?
That's effectively it, but we do elementary school, middle school, high school, and university.
Yeah, at different levels.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that we weren't pigeonholed at high school.
Yeah. So here's what I see as a problem, Dennis, and you can correct me. I see your love for robots and your love for STEM and your love for changing the world that everybody is competitively fighting with. I don't know what your response rate is, but I think you need something more compelling than we're changing the world in terms of the sales. This has to, because you are competing in a market that's not flushed with money.
Yeah.
Particularly, I mean, if you go to universities that are like the USCs where I teach, or Stanford's, or they have lots of money, but you're fighting in a space that there's not much money in it. Yeah, it's great to be solving this, but hey, I'm a school in Kansas City or Minnesota. I can't change the face of the universe. I have to pave the pavement. So it is a hard sell unless you find some really, really compelling hook.
So the compelling hook is that the forecasts are robotics and AI are going to eliminate 400 to 800 million jobs. The World Economic Forum is projecting 1 billion people will need retraining in the next 6 years. Kids aren't getting this education. If they don't get this education, they're going to have a hard time competing in a global marketplace.
So that is true at 100,000-foot level. If you were pitching the Congress to get money to do this, you're absolutely right. You're pitching a principal in a school that has 500 students, and he is short every month in terms of how to, the teachers in a lot of places don't have enough don't get enough money,
Oh,
and they're
yeah,
actually buying the coloring paints and other
yeah,
things themselves. So what I'm saying is, in my opinion,
yeah.
your your idea is noble about creating this thing and
Mhm.
having us be compete in the long term, but the short term, where the rubber meets the road, where you see
Mhm.
that guy, that individual who has to, I think you would have a problem convincing these people because it's a B2B. The cycles are long. I don't know what your pricing is. I mean, I'm sure it's at least a few thousand bucks.
Our
It's at
base,
least a
our
few
little
thousand
humanoid is
bucks.
600, a classroom set is 10,000, which educators
It's how
largely
much? I'm sorry,
believe.
I didn't hear you.
Oh,
How much?
sorry. Our
I didn't hear.
desktop humanoid is 600.
Uh-huh.
A classroom set of 15 robots, curriculum and training is 10,000, which educators largely feel is very reasonably priced. Our initial sale ends up being about $3,800 currently, which is up from last year. And the lifetime value we predict as being about 40,000 per school. And you're right that it's where the challenge arises for us is it's hard for us to sell out of a catalog. It's hard for us to sell out of digital marketing.
Thanks for watching. You can catch the full hot seat sessions through the links in the description or the pinned comment below. And if you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you inside the Academy.